It's super interesting to me that so many lawyers are so incredibly shy. Like, we have a ton of clients, lawyers, who are very outgoing people otherwise, but when it comes to recording videos for the sake of growing their law firm, so many of them are so incredibly shy and they start stuttering and they don't want to do those videos. It blows my mind because video marketing today, and I'm recording this in May of 2022, is of utmost importance. You gotta do video marketing because that is what prospective clients are expecting, and chances are you have plenty of competitors in your space that do record and post videos, making them more competitive than you are if you do not do videos. Videos are one of the best ways to communicate from one to many. Whether you post those videos on your YouTube channel, your social media, and or your website, those are all media for communicating your messages through video. A lot more effective than written content for certain things. So you absolutely gotta do video content because it will help you generate more business because people connect with videos better, many people, than written word. So you gotta create videos. Now, many lawyers do not know where to begin, and it's super easy to begin, and many lawyers do not know what to record videos about. Here are the 4 primary categories of video content that you should be working on. And by the way, it is so easy to start. You do not have to invest into any fancy equipment. You could literally start with one of these devices that you already have, get a $10 tripod for it, a $20 microphone, maybe a ring light to set up behind the phone, and just go. But it's easier to set just go when you know what type of content to produce. This is a big hiccup for lawyers. Let me help you out with that by showing you how easy it is to come up with ideas for your video content. Back in 2014, I'm at a marketing conference. I met this great guy named Bob. Bob and I started a conversation and he asked me what I did, and I said I'm in the marketing business, and I asked him what he did, and he said he's looking for the next big idea. I asked him what was the last big idea, and he told me that back in 2000s he owned 4 sleep clinics in the state of Alaska, and one day one of his phone reps, and he had 4 phone reps that were answering all the inbound calls, came up to him and said, Bob, you know, we keep answering the same stupid questions day in, day out, all the time. What if we create an FAQ section on our website so when somebody calls, we would just route them to the website and say all the answers are there? Bob thought to himself, well, it's an interesting idea. If they're asking these questions over the phone all the time, there are probably people looking for the same answers online as well, so we should definitely create content. But it's a really stupid idea to send a caller to the website. So he comes up with this idea and he tells his phone reps, the 4 people, for the next 2 weeks, jot down every single question that you get asked. So they do this for 2 weeks. They notice that they still get these unique questions coming in. So they do it for another week and they end up with a list of 113 unique questions. So Bob tells them, this is back in the day when internet was not incredibly fast. So Bob did not ask them to create videos, but Bob tells them, now, for the next couple of months, all 4 of you are going to write down answers to these questions. They're like, no, we're not doing this. This is too much writing. He convinces them to write up in their own words answers to 113 questions. Split them up evenly between 4 people, and they all provide an answer or 2 answers per week. And at the end of a few months, they have 113 pages of unique content where they provide answers to frequently asked questions. What Bob started noticing is that his website started getting a lot more traffic, and in time, he started getting a lot more business. And the reason for that is Bob took the time to answer questions when nobody else did. Back in 2012, a big competitor approached Bob and said, Bob, we want to buy you out. I said, you want to buy my clinics? And they said, we're not interested in your clinics. We want to buy your website. Bob sold them his website for $17 million. Now, what does that have to do with video marketing for your law firm? Everything. The best strategy that Bob intuitively stepped into is they ask, you answer. You simply record videos where you answer frequently asked questions by prospective and existing clients. Now, some of you may feel really apprehensive to providing this information. This is your intellectual property. Why would you answer all of those questions? Well, here's the reason why. Clients who have the money to hire you are not interested in doing things themselves. They're interested in knowing that you know how to do those things. Clients who have no means of hiring you and are interested in doing things themselves will never hire you anyway. So do not let them dictate whether you produce content or not. Produce as many videos where you're answering questions as possible. Schedule time on your calendar every week to sit down for like an hour, hour and a half in front of your phone and record those videos, answering frequently asked questions. Those videos do not have to be perfect, and this is the next tip, a critical success factor. Do not let perfection get in the way of publishing. Make sure that you simply, using your words, record those videos and do not think about the cinematic quality. You're not producing a Hollywood-style video. That is irrelevant. What matters to your prospects, to people who are searching for answers to frequently asked questions, is whether the answer is good, whether it contains valuable information. And I bet you have a lot of valuable information for your prospects. So never let perfection get in the way of publishing. Next, the next type of video content that you could be producing is case studies. You can actually record videos where you talk about various cases that you have handled and how you have handled them and the outcome that your clients got. Super easy, right? You probably talk about those things anyway. The last, but not least, is consumer-generated content, CGU. What is consumer-generated content? It's video testimonials from your clients. Use a tool called Video Ask, it's videoask.com, to send them requests. Obviously, call them before, email them before, ask them if it's okay for them to take a minute to record a video testimonial. And using the tool Video Ask, which I love so much, send them a request to record a video testimonial. Put those things on your website, on your social media, in YouTube, all of this content, and in time, it's going to produce wonders for you. Just make sure that you create all this content and distribute it in all the right places. Now, should you be in charge of distributing all of that content? You shouldn't. You should have a high-performance marketing team that incorporates video marketing as part of the overall marketing strategy for your law firm. Speaking of which, the greatest differentiator between successful marketing and mediocre to worse than mediocre marketing is the quality of the marketing team that's working for you. So many law firms start off by hiring mediocre or worse than mediocre marketing companies, and then they get really crappy results, and they wonder whether marketing actually works for their law firm or not. Down below, I beg you to download a checklist that I've created for law firms that talks about, or checklist that tells you how to pick the best marketing team your money can buy. It is super important that you hire the best marketing team that your money can buy, because the best marketing team is going to deliver a better outcome. You're going to enjoy having them work for you, and you're going to prosper because of the work that they do. The opposite is also true when you hire a subpar marketing company. So do not make the mistake of hiring a subpar, also known as the cheaper marketing companies, because you will end up spending so much more on those marketing companies, because not just the money that you waste on them, it's also the lost opportunities that go to your competitors rather than to you. So download the checklist and get going on hiring the best marketing company your money can buy.